hadn't really planned on cutting through the student center all that day since it was a nice day out. But I cut through just because it was easier to get to class that way, and I ran into one of my friends that I knew there, and he just looked really panicked and telling me how there's something going on the second floor. So I went upstairs, and at first I didn't see anything.
I heard the student fall kind of behind me for he was about 15 feet behind, and when I looked over, there was another gentleman trying to do the Heimlich maneuver on him, but I could tell that he didn't quite know what he was doing. I had CPR training from working at daycare. I used to work at a daycare center a few years ago. So, you know, I went over and asked if he wanted any help, and he asked if I wouldn't mind starting to do the Heimlich. So I got a few Heimlich thrusts in, and I could tell that whatever was in his throat wasn't coming out, and he was limp and dark purple and wasn't really responsive. So I tried to lay him down, and then we started doing CPR.
I carry my pocket mask with me every day since it's part of our requirement for our major, because we have to do CPR sign-offs all the time. And I'd been certified now going on 9 years, so I didn't even think twice about it. I just immediately went and helped, because we talk about all the time how CPR is hard. It's crucial that if you have a second person there to do CPR, use them, because it gets extremely exhausting. But once Chris got the 30 into compressions and I was giving the breaths, you could see that they weren't going in. And afterwards, I'm trying to do the sweep to see if I can get anything out of his throat. But there's nothing you could see. And I've been trying to scramble through my head thinking, what can I do to get this out of his throat? And I ended up having to use jaw thrust maneuver, which is usually for C-spine victims. But I think that's what helped dislodge a little bit, to help him open up the airway a little bit, but he was not able to breathe on his own. When he finally took a gasp of air, it really took me by surprise. It was also at least a sign that whatever was in his throat is at least getting dislodged, and we're one step closer to helping this kid come back.
The way I saw it was, you know, if I'd been in that situation, I hadn't known what to do. I think that would have been a whole lot worse than, I mean, I knew, luckily I had the training and was able to step in and help, but I think it would have been far more stressful standing there not knowing what to do than at least, you know, not even having to think and just stepping in and being able to take over, but, you know, I did get to speak with the student's family as well, which was really nice to hear. But I think, you know, talking with the mother especially, that definitely kind of drove it home, like just how serious it could have been. But definitely thankful it all worked out, though.